Immunity. There are different defenses in our body, but there are some that are first exposed to these bad organisms. First one, you have your skin, your integumentary system. Two, your saliva. Three, your tears, which contains the lysozyme, which is an enzyme that helps break down the walls of bacteria. Four, you have here the ciliated cells of your respiratory system that sweeps this foreign matter upwards and outwards of your mouth or through your nose. And lastly, you have here the stomach acid, which is in the pH number 2. Immune response is a complex series of responses of the body to the entry of foreign antigen. This works through the action of lymphocyte and phagocyte in action. Immune responses could be classified into two, non-self or self. Non-self means it is recognized as being foreign and stimulates an immune response, but self does not stimulate any immune response at all. Just means that for self, this one is mostly for foreign matters that go inside our body. But for self, it means that your immune cells recognize your own cells and they do not act upon it because they know that it is not harmful. Antigen. Antigen is a substance that is foreign to the body and stimulates an immune response. We have to take note of the word foreign in here. By the word foreign, we mean any pathogen. So it could be a virus, it could be a bacteria, a protoctist, nematodes, and any other disease-causing organism. So in the image here, let's have this one. Our own body cells have antigens that say that I belong here. And for that purpose, it creates or it does the self-immune response. Therefore, this one will not be attacked. But for this one, disease-causing virus, their antigen is not familiar, says that it does not belong to our body. Therefore, your body will see it as an invader. And same goes as for bacteria. Antibody, on the other hand, is a glycoprotein made by plasma cells derived from B lymphocytes. It is secreted in response to an antigen, variable region of antibody that is complementary to a specific antigen. We will tackle more of this later on, but in this image, as you could see, it is a comic actually, and this green bean shape is the pathogen or the bacteria, and you could see letter Y's that are attacking the bacteria. It means that there was an antigen found on the surface of the membrane of your bacteria and your body recognized it as something foreign, an invader. And that is why this white blood cell in here, which is a plasma cell, created or released this antibody, and this antibody will now be sticking to the cell membrane of your bacteria, which will then later on be recognized by other white blood cells as an invader, and they will do stuff. We will discuss more about it later on. There are different cells of the immune system, which could be subdivided into two. You have here the phagocytes and the lymphocytes. We might be more familiar with phagocytes because we talked about phagocytosis before. Cytosis, wherein they eat or engulf something. Okay? For phagocytes, it is still subdivided into two. You have your neutrophil in here and macrophage. You might be thinking that lymphocytes are from the lymph, but we will discuss more later on the next slide actually, where do these lymphocytes are created or how are they working within our body. But lymphocytes are further subdivided into two. You have B lymphocyte and T lymphocyte. This B lymphocyte would later on differentiate into plasma cells, which is, as mentioned in the previous slide, which is for antibody production and memory cells. T lymphocytes, however, are for helper T cells and killer T cells. You might have seen this one in the previous chapter under the subtopic AIDS.